Have you ever felt that the more you talk, the more you seem to lose? The more you try to explain yourself, the more misunderstood you become. In a world that never stops talking, where every moment is filled with noise and opinions, the ancient Stoics offered a radical, yet profoundly simple, piece of advice: embrace silence. This isn't about being shy or having nothing to say. It's about discovering a hidden superpower, a tool for achieving clarity, strength, and inner peace. Today, we are going to explore the Stoic philosophy of keeping silence and uncover why it might just be the most powerful life hack you've never tried. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could change the way you navigate the world forever. Let's start with a foundational idea from one of the great Stoic thinkers, Epictetus. He famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Simple, right? But how many of us actually live by this? We're often so busy formulating our next sentence, waiting for our turn to jump in, that we fail to truly listen. The Stoics believed that excessive talking is a sign of an undisciplined mind. It's a leakage of our vital energy. Think about it. Every word we speak requires thought and energy. When we chatter mindlessly, we're essentially draining our mental and emotional batteries on things that don't matter. Silence, on the other hand, is an act of conservation. It's a way of protecting our inner resources, keeping our minds calm and focused. When you choose silence over trivial talk, you're not being passive. You're being strategic. You're preserving your power for moments that truly count. Another key reason the Stoics valued silence was to avoid what they called idle chatter. This is the kind of talk that serves no real purpose: gossip, complaining, boasting, or debating meaningless topics. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, warned that such talk clouds our judgment and distracts us from what is truly important: living a virtuous and rational life. Imagine you're at a gathering and a conversation turns to gossip about a mutual acquaintance. The easy thing to do is join in, but the Stoic response is to remain silent or gently redirect the conversation. Why? Because participating in gossip lowers your character. It entangles you in negativity and drains your focus from your own growth. By choosing silence, you refuse to be pulled into the drama. You maintain your integrity and keep your mind clear of the mental clutter that comes from focusing on others' lives instead of your own. This isn't about being judgmental. It's about being disciplined and protecting your own tranquility. Silence is also a powerful tool for gaining clarity and making better decisions. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote his famous Meditations not as a public decree, but as a private journal to himself. It was in the quiet solitude of his own mind that he grappled with life's biggest questions. When we are constantly talking or being bombarded with external noise, our own inner voice gets drowned out. We can't hear our own thoughts, our own intuition. By creating moments of silence in our day, whether it's a quiet morning coffee, a walk in nature without headphones, or simply sitting for a few minutes without any distractions, we give our minds the space to process information, connect ideas, and find solutions. Have you ever had a brilliant idea pop into your head while you were in the shower or doing something mundane? That's not a coincidence. It's your mind finally having the quiet space it needs to think deeply. The Stoics understood that wisdom doesn't come from shouting the loudest. It comes from listening the hardest, especially to the quiet voice within. Furthermore, silence dramatically improves our relationships with others. This might sound counterintuitive. How can not talking make you a better communicator? Well, remember Epictetus's advice about our 2 ears and 1 mouth. When you practice silence, you become an exceptional listener. You're not just waiting for your turn to speak. You're fully present, absorbing what the other person is saying, both verbally and non-verbally. People can feel when they are truly being heard. It makes them feel valued, respected, and understood. This builds a foundation of trust and connection that constant talking can never achieve. Moreover, when you do speak, your words carry more weight. Because you don't talk needlessly, people know that when you have something to say, it's worth listening to. Your words become more impactful, more thoughtful, and more persuasive. You become known not as the person who talks the most, but as the person whose words matter the most. As the saying goes, still waters run deep. Let's talk about emotional regulation. The Stoics were masters of maintaining their composure, their inner calm, no matter what external events were unfolding. Silence is a crucial part of this practice. Think about a time you got into a heated argument. In the heat of the moment, you likely said things you later regretted. The Stoic philosopher Seneca advised that when you feel anger rising, the best response is to do nothing. To be silent, to wait. This pause, this moment of silence, creates a space between the trigger, the event that made you angry, and your response. In that space, you have a choice. You can react impulsively with emotion, or you can respond thoughtfully with reason. Silence gives your rational mind a chance to catch up with your emotional instincts. It allows you to ask yourself, is this situation truly worth my anger? Will reacting this way solve the problem or make it worse? More often than not, the quiet pause is all you need to regain control and choose a wiser course of action. It's a simple yet incredibly powerful technique to avoid unnecessary conflict and regret. Now you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but it's impossible in my life. I have to talk at work, with my family, with my friends. And you're right. The Stoic practice of silence isn't about taking a vow of silence and becoming a hermit. It's about being intentional with your words. It's about quality over quantity. So how can we apply this in our modern, noisy lives? Start small. Try the 24-hour no complaining challenge. For one full day, make a conscious effort not to complain about anything, big or small. You'll be amazed at how much of your daily conversation is built around negativity. Another practice is to consciously pause before you speak in a meeting or a conversation. Ask yourself, is what I'm about to say true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If it doesn't meet at least two of those criteria, consider staying silent. You can also schedule silent time into your day, just 10-15 minutes without your phone, TV, or computer, just you and your thoughts. This isn't about meditating in a specific way. It's simply about giving your brain a break from constant input. The Stoics knew that true strength isn't found in being the loudest person in the room. It's found in the quiet confidence of a disciplined mind. It's the strength to listen more than you speak, the strength to hold your tongue when you're tempted by gossip or anger, the strength to sit in silence and confront your own thoughts. In our world, silence can feel uncomfortable, even empty. But for the Stoics, that emptiness is actually space, space for wisdom to grow, for peace to settle, and for your true self to emerge. By embracing silence, you're not withdrawing from the world. You're engaging with it on a deeper, more meaningful level. You're choosing to be the calm in the storm, the thoughtful voice in a sea of noise. This is the path to what the Stoics called eudaimonia, a life of flourishing, virtue, and deep, unshakable contentment. So I challenge you today, find a moment for silence. Before you jump into a conversation, take a breath. Before you react to a frustrating email, pause. Turn off the noise and just listen to the world around you, to the people you love, and most importantly, to yourself. You might be surprised by the power, clarity, and peace that you find in that quiet space, the path to a stronger, wiser you might just be a silent one. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration of Stoic wisdom. If this resonated with you, I would be incredibly grateful if you would like this video and subscribe to the channel for more insights into living a better, more thoughtful life. What are your thoughts on the power of silence? Let me know in the comments below. I look forward to reading them. Until next time, be well and be thoughtful. Thank you.